Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Saturday night. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch, it's Bose831 Gaming, and welcome to a continuation of my Twitch live stream series. We're playing Farming Simulator 22 on the Alma, Missouri map. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. And without much further ado, we're going to jump right into it. But first of all, before we even get started, I have to get everyone up to speed on where we're at. When we left off on the last episode of this series, we were working through contracts and an overall effort to try to get our money up to around $1 million before we started doing some other things on the farm, most notably purchasing our livestock and getting our animal husbandry operations going. What I've been doing is we've been working contracts off camera between episodes here, and in fact I've been doing a lot of stuff off camera in between episodes. As you can see, I've done work enough now where we have our balance on our account up to about $451,097 right now. I've also been working on our fields on the farm, which I almost forgot about, that we own as part of our initial base setup. When you come into the game, you own this area here, and you own fields 3, 4, and 9. We finished up the harvesting on field 9 off camera. I baled all of the straw from field 9, and we can go here and take a look at that here. And here's the where am I at? I got to get my logistics here. Sorry about that. And the straw bales we have from that bale harvesting are here. The bale trailer, we have the straw bales here right by our cow barn. We also harvested alfalfa from field 3 and baled all those bales into silage bales, and we still have to come back through and pick up those bales, and we can, if I can, let's go take a look at that real quick. If I can get my logistics straight here. We're going over here from the sheep barn here. Where am I? And I'm totally lost again. Excuse me. All right, this is our cow barn. All right. Alright. Alright, where's field 9 at? Field 9 is this way. Okay, why am I stuck? Alright, and here's field 9. And you can see all the straw bales on field 9. And we gotta come back through and pick those up. And those all alfalfa silage bales, excuse me. So next up, we're currently in the process of harvesting field 4, which is our corn field. Currently has corn planted on there now. Now we're playing with precision farming, and unfortunately the way the game works with precision farming, at least for the fields that you own, the fields have stones in them already, but in order for us to set the fields up for them to work properly with precision farming, and for us to get the stones out of the fields the correct way, we have to basically reset the fields. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to harvest all the fields that I own. I'm going to harvest all of the existing crops on those fields. Then I'm going to have to plow all of these fields replow all of these fields, and then we're going to have to replant crops in these fields. And that's basically when you play with precision farming and you flip a field from being computer owned into a field that you own. You have to reset the field in order for it to work properly with precision farming, which means you have to basically start from scratch, which involves plowing the field with a regular plow. And then if you want to get the stones out of the field, you have to come through with the stone picker, get the stones out of the field, and then you can play with the field normally. In a roundabout way, and I hope I'm kind of explaining this in a way that kind of makes sense. But if you're playing with stones, stones works in a weird way with precision farming. And if you want to get the stones out of the field and you're playing with precision farming, the way that I found that it works best is if you, after you acquire a field, or you start a game with fields that you own, you first need to plow that field. Then get the stones out of that field, and then the field will work normally from that point going forward, along with precision farming. At least that's been my experience, and that's what we're going to have to do with all of these fields. But if the fields have existing crops, you can. I would advise that you go ahead and harvest those crops first before you plow through those fields, because you can still make money off the sale of those crops. You just won't maximize your environmental scores, or in some cases the yield of your harvest and all that other stuff that goes along with precision farming, but you can still get profits from that. So all of these fields right now, I'm basically going to have to reset all of these fields. I'm going to have to replow all of these fields, and you're going to take if you're doing it right and you really want to properly reset your fields, you're going to take a environmental score penalty, because you want to plow these fields the first time you do it with a standard plow and not with the zero till plow, so that way you can get the stones to come up properly, and then that way you can then come through with the stone picker, get the stones out of your field, and then the next crop rotation you'll be able to do it, plant your crops, and then plow a plant with a zero till plow. But the first rotation you won't be able to do that in order for your fields to reset properly and work the best way with precision farming. But you'll see me go through all of this, and you'll hopefully get a better understanding of what I'm talking about as we go through it here in this series. All right, but long story short, we're in the process of harvesting. That's field 4, and I've just about got out most of this field done off camera. We're going to hire our AI worker and get him to continue finishing up what remains of this field. And while he's doing that, again, like I've also indicated, I've been working contracts. This contract here is on field 37, and this is a silage baling contract, and we just want to excuse me. My apologies there. We're going to finish up this contract as well, but we'll come back to that in just a second. I'm also working a contract on this gigantic field here, field 22, and this is a harvesting contract for I'll show you on the contracts board. These are the contracts that we're currently working. Field 37 is the baling contract. Field 6 is the cultivating contract. Excuse me. And then field 22 is the harvesting contract that I'm working. Excuse me. And we're going to go back to each one of those right now. This is the harvesting contract, and I gotta get my AI worker back set up on this one. But first, I'm gonna go through and finish manually touching up some things here. All right, and basically, I'm trying to touch up some of the spots in the field that I missed already. Let's see. I'm gonna flip over to the filter here, the growth filter, and we can see the orange areas are the ready to harvest areas that I need to touch up. And you can visually see it here in front of me. So let me get this little bit right here. And you can see this field is ginormous, gigantic. And I've been working this field for quite some time off camera. Definitely did not want to be doing that. Working this field during a live, even though we started out the series with me working this field or portions of this field in another rotation, and we're already rotating it back to it in the contracts that I'm currently working. Let's see. Went back. Alright, I want to go ahead and deal with those little mini bits down there at the edge of the field. The OCD side of me says yes, so we're going to drive down here and pick up those little bits and just clean that up as well. And then we'll come back and clean up the rest of the parts of the field that I haven't finished harvesting yet. But we got a few bits and pieces right here that we can clean up here on the edge. There we go. Just clean up these little bits here. Alright. Should do that. And let's see, do we want to go over here? I think we want to go on this large section behind me first. So let's go here. The harvester you can see is at 94%. It's almost filled. But I just want to go ahead and try to clean up these little areas that the AI worker missed first, and then we'll come back and round up the more larger portions of the field that still need to be done. See, there's another little patch here over on the back side. We're going to come grab that real quick. As you can see here, this little orange patch right here. I'm going to head to that now. And I apologize. I'm still fighting this bug that I have. Doing better than I was when we last tuned in. But still got some remnants of whatever this bug is that's got me in my system a little bit. So I'm still trying to get some of my get clear, my whole system cleared up, but still a little stuffy. Still got a little bit of a cough. I'm still trying to fight my way through it. Alright, so here I think we can turn the worker loose on this portion. Excuse me. And then go ahead and grab our trailer because it's almost ready to unload, so we'll go ahead and bring the trailer around as well. And as you see, this field is incredibly large. We got most of it done, but like I said, I've been working on this one for quite some time. Can you imagine the insane amount of time it would take to do this field if it was potatoes or a root crop in here? It's crazy. But alright, the workers stopping, he's full. So we're gonna bring the trailer on around and unload and then get back going. Alright. And while that's happening, let me go over here and check on my little cultivating contract. What's going on here? We just need to get the worker back going. Just turn him back on. He was almost done on this field. Alright, I'm still kind of working my way through these contracts. And again, this is the contract that we're working on, field 6. And as you can see, there's a whole portion we missed over here, so we still got a little ways to go before this one's done too. Alright. Because the green area is all stubble tillage, which means this has basically been cultivated, but this area still needs to be cultivated. The purple area still need to be cultivated. And this is the field I own, field 4. The orange is ready to harvest stuff. The purple is what I've already harvested. You can see there's a little area here that I missed that we got to come back to. There's a little area here that we missed that I have to come back to. My harvester looks like it's parked, so let's hop over here and see what's going on here. Alright, let's bring the worker back in one more time. Alright, and this is the silage baling contract that I'm working. We'll go ahead and go pick up and turn on baler and try to wrap this one on up as well. And once we get all these bales created, we're going to have to, since I'm using my own equipment for this contract, I'm going to have to bring this equipment, the baler, back to our main farm and go grab our bale loader and take those bales to the biogas plant, which I think is the delivery location for fulfillment of the baling, the silage baling contract. And I am using modded equipment for this contract. This is the fast bale mod. As you can see, I also got the light that shows the pickup area for the baler, and I have it set to the enlarged pickup area. But you got the light actually shows you exactly what the boundaries of the pickup area are. And all the mods that I use, because I'm playing on console, are mods that you can find in your Farming Simulator 22 in-game mod hub. Alright, so that's everything there. And since my baler is set to create 150 centimeter bales, I won't have that many bales that I'm spitting out. Alright, where is this worker? Oh. I forgot to move got my trailer in the way of my worker here. I don't know how to manage that one. Hold up, buddy. Alright, get my lights on. They're kind of doing night work here. I don't normally like to do night work for my videos, because they're, depending on the resolution of the videos, they can, and the device that you're viewing these videos on, they can be very hard to see sometimes, you know. I try to shy away from doing that many videos where I'm doing a lot of night work, but given what we're doing right now, it's just a little bit of a necessary evil, but we'll see. Right now, I'm not sure where are we at here. I thought I was looking at the heads up and it showed. Alright, I'm confused. Oh, that's why, because it's, for some reason my worker ran across the street before he decided to stop. Now it's throwing me off, because I'm like, the cultivating contract is actually on this field and not the field I was parked at. Yes. Alright, so what do we have left here? As you can see, multitasking can be a bit confusing at times. Alright, so let's do our cultivator here. Let's see if I can line up properly. I struggle with tractors with crab steering. You're seeing that real time here. Excuse me. Alright, I'm doing this portion manually because I don't think the worker can properly navigate this area of the field that we're trying to do right now. Alright, lower. Alright, so there's that portion. And it's sort of done. You can see the pieces that I'm missing here. That little darker section there is obviously a piece that I missed. Alright, and I'm getting a message that worker G has completed his task. I don't know who worker G is, but we'll have to address that momentarily. Let's lower our cultivator here. I'm just working on manually picking up the bits and pieces for finishing this cultivating contract. So let's grab that. That's in lift. And do I really want to fully sweat these edges of this field for this completion of this contract? I guess I would. Although that probably overall not going to make that much of a difference and give me credit for completion of this contract. We'll still go ahead and do them. Alright, and you see the little dark area ahead. That's all stuff that I haven't done. And what I'm going to do now is try to see if I can do a headland, which is basically when you're doing a headland, that's when you try to manually work the top or bottom portion or the edges of a field to give your worker a little bit more room to work the field and be able to turn the equipment around. Let's see. I'm going to do one more pass going back across, and then I'm going to come around the edges, and then we'll come back up, and I'll turn on the AI worker when we come back up. That should be in more of a straight line when we're coming back up, and hopefully that should work a lot better for the AI, but we'll see. And this tractor is struggling mightily coming back this way in this field. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure why, but it should have enough horsepower to pull the equipment that it's pulling. And this field doesn't have a lot of crazy elevation, so I don't know what's bogging the whole configuration down. But I guess it is a little bit of a uphill elevation because it seems to be going faster when you're going in this direction, which appears like it's going downhill. All right. And once we get to the edge, we're gonna come around the edge here. Yeah, one of the things with a crab steering piece of equipment is it's supposed to allow for more precise steering. And that may be true in real life, but it's a lot harder to control within the game with the way some of the game mechanics and controls work, especially when you're playing with a joystick versus a actual wheel, so a steering wheel. Alright, so now coming back up, we're going to turn the worker back on, and hopefully he won't run into a whole lot of problems finishing this portion of the field off. Up now. Of course, I could be wrong. Whoops, pressed the wrong button here. So let me get him pointed in the right direction here, and let's go. Let's turn him on. Hopefully he'll be able to pull that uphill now and get this whole thing going and finished up. And I'll come back to him shortly. Hopefully I won't have to micromanage him. Alright. He is struggling going uphill, so stay tuned. Alright, let's see what we got going on with this guy. This is the guy that was working our corn. Okay, he seems like he's pretty straight. A few bits and pieces here and there. There's one there. And there's another section over here around the bend here. And since this is all stuff we own, we definitely don't want to miss any of this. We want to get everything we can harvest off of this field before we plow it through. And again, I'm getting a message that worker D has completed their task. I don't know who worker D is, but I'm assuming it's probably the guy with the cultivator. And he's definitely not done. Alright. Alright, so we still got another section over here that I need to get tidied up. And again, because we're working in the dark, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a little section right in front of me here. Alright, and I'm gonna hire the worker there to finish up that little piece. He probably won't, but we'll come back to it. And we'll see who this worker D is. Alright. Well, before I go there, and then he's at 96%, so let me bring the trailer on around to him. Just waiting on him to stop and pop his pipe out. And there it is. Him finish unloading before I jump into another piece of equipment. Alright, so he's good. He's good. And of course it's our cultivating man that says he's finished, but he's really not. So we are gonna have to, unfortunately, looks like kind of micromanage this guy. I'm still just gonna bring him back around and hire the AI worker again, and let's see if he's able to handle it much better going downhill. Definitely is a struggle going uphill. Let's see if I'm gonna leave him to his own devices momentarily and jump back to our corn harvesting fellow here and see what he's doing. He seems to be doing all right. Once he finishes this little section here, he should tell me that the job is complete. Yep, there he is. And there's another little piece right there, so it's almost completed. Alright, now he's completed his task. And we'll go ahead. Let's find our trailer. Let's pop a pipe out. All right. Will it take it all? Yep. Good. That's good stuff. Now we can fold up our harvester there. It's done. We're just about to be in the danger zone here on fuel. I just noticed that, so I'll have to do something about that sooner rather than later. And I don't want to be driving back and forth to the shop to keep my vehicles fueled, so I think one of the first things I want to do here is we're going to put a little gas tank on our main farm here somewhere. I gotta be careful on where I place it because I don't want it to collide or mess with my farm grain silos. So let's see. I think I want to place it closer to the house. So let's go to our build menu here, and we're going under. I think it's under containers, yeah, right? And medium. Large petrol tank, and we don't want to place it here. Let's see where we want to place it at. I don't want to be anywhere close to our silos, so I think I might even place it over here somewhere. And just this way, as I'm coming through, my vehicles can hit it as needed. Some of the field points on this side, so alright, so let's go over here, and as I'm coming through I can bring my vehicles through on this side and they should be able to hit it here, but right now it's empty, so I gotta 1,500 liters. $15,000 liters costs us 20 grand. We're gonna go ahead and fill it up. Let's hop back in a harvester. Oops, no. And fold up my header. And let's go here and get refueled. There it is, refuel. And the harvester also looks like it's in need of maintenance. So I'm probably gonna look at placing a shop on this field as well. And think about where I want to place that at as well. Alright, let's go back in here real quick. Let's see on the tools. That's a vehicle workshop. Oh, small wing, large wings, shop shed. What station? Excuse me. Oh, waste station. Station trigger. It's for the emergency pack. Chemical shed. fertilizer shed, seed shed, RTK station. Do we want to do it with the toolbox? Yeah, well, I think we'll use this one. This is one of my favorite ones. It's the container workshop deal. But again, I just want to be real mindful about my placement of it, because I don't want it to be placed where it interferes with my shops or anything like that. Excuse me, with my silos or anything like that, because you got your fuel silo there and your grain silos there. So I think for right now we'll place it right there. Let's see. And so now I should be able to come in here and do maintenance on my machines here. Although the way that this one works, you actually got to go open the door and go inside to get the dealer portion of it. And then here's where we want to go ahead and do our repair. And we repair both pieces of equipment. I could also sell it here. Sell equipment here. We want to do a repaints on these. Nah, the repaints just cosmetic. Mostly just cosmetics. And we don't care if our vehicles look used, as long as they're at their full maintenance levels. Is all we're really worried about right now. Alright, so the harvester's looking good. Other than also being cleaned up, but we'll get something to address and deal with that down the line too. Alright, so we're gonna park harvester. Shed. Alright, and let's bounce around and go ahead and get this guy here folded up and send him back. Start bringing him back to the farm. But before we even make that drive, then we hop back over here. And we're going to get our unload the corn that we've harvested. So get my bearings here and make sure I'm heading in the right direction. Alright. We're finally starting to get some daylight here now. We've been working around the clock on the farm, man. I'm the farmer that never sleeps, apparently. Excuse me. Definitely got to get that cleared up, guys. And there's a portion there that we didn't get. So we're not done yet. Alright, what's that? Yeah, it's probably only a tiny amount of crop there, but we still want to make sure we get all of it. So then we can harvest her back around. Unfold my header. Unfold my harvester. On the harvester, and let's clean up this little piece here that we missed. Probably just a little bit more than I thought. That's a good solid 38 liters, which is still a decent amount. And now it's all good. Alright, so now we can pull the harvester back up. So now we're completely done. And fold my header back up. And now we can put the harvester back in the storage until we need it again. And now we got our trailer, we got corn, and we'll go ahead and unload this corn into our farm's grain silos. Alright, there we go, corn. And again, we're using base game silos, we're not using modded silos right now, so we are going to play a little bit realistically here with the base game silos and the base game auger system here. So unloading. We unloaded our corn, and we're all good to go here for right now. So I'm just gonna park my tractor and trailer combination right here on the other side of my farm building there, and you can see contract worker, AI worker is just about full. So we're gonna go ahead and get trailer fired up again and locate his position and get ready to unload. All right. All right. And once he unloads, he'll go on about his business. And there he goes. And let's take a look at our filters display and see just about where we're at overall here with this field. All right, we still got a long way to go here. You still got this huge section over here to your left. And it's crazy how large this field is, but as you can see, this map has a mixture of large fields and small fields, but mostly large fields. And your large fields are some of the largest fields you ever see. Looks like our cultivator contract worker petered out again, so let's go ahead and pick him up. It looks like this is just one we're gonna have to try to push through manually. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower the cultivator. This is becoming very inefficient over here. Alright, and nothing exciting here. We're just gonna have to pull the cultivator through here a few more times and try to finish this contract on up. And move on to brighter and better things. Yeah, still got that silage belly contract that I need to work on. And unfortunately, I can't use an AI worker to finish this one up, so I got to do this one and finish that silage contract up manually. So that's just going to take a little bit more of my time and energy there. And then we got to start working on getting our fields prepared for precision farming. And then, like I talked about earlier, that means I'm going to have to plow all my fields. I definitely get that started here tonight. Probably, again, something that I finish up doing off camera. But as same as how we did tonight, when we come in on our next episode, I get you up to speed on what we did off camera and where we're at coming in. And we'll pick it up from there. Believe me, as you can see on this map, and on with this series, given the size of a lot of fields on this map, there won't be many situations where we'll have a shortage of things to do. And again, I want to definitely get started on doing the animal husbandry portion of some of the things on this map as well, even though I still haven't made up my mind yet on if we're going to do horses. Because again, horses require a very specific time commitment. I definitely give them a look. I definitely think, as I'm sitting here thinking about it now, I think we will at least attempt to give it a go, and we'll just have to play it by ear and see how they work within the confines of what we do for this series. But if we do the horses, we're not going to do that many of them. Maybe starting out, maybe one or two, maybe no more than 4 at the most. But at least with the one of the changes that they made to the game for Farming Simulator 22 is that you do know how much time it's going to take for the horses, because you gotta ride them for a total of 5 minutes each. So for instance, if I have and you have to do that daily. So if I have 4 horses, that's going to be daily a total of 20 minutes riding, if I recall correctly. That's real time. Not game time, that's real time. Because when the horses work in Farming Simulator 22 is part of the things that are taken into consideration as far as your horse's health. Riding is part of that formula, not just keeping them fed and cared for. How daily riding is included in the calculation for your horse, caring for your horses. And there's no way to shortcut that, at least on console. On PC, I think there are some mods and different things you can get to kind of provide you with some shortcuts around that. Unfortunately, this series and the way I'm playing the game is on console, so we don't have access to those mods or those scripts on console. If you're new to Farming Simulator 22, either Sony or Microsoft allow scripts on consoles, so that's why, for the most part, some of the mods that are available to Farming Simulator 22 players on PC will not be available to players that play Farming Simulator 22 on console, and that will always be the case. There are also some other physical limitations when it comes to PCs versus consoles, as to why certain mods you will always only see on PC versus console. But the main thing has to do with scripts. And I know a lot of guys get upset with that, but what they also understand, the scripts are a pretty straightforward way for a person who knows how to code to introduce malicious code into a system. And in fact, with consoles, it'll be even probably a lot easier, because all the consoles have the same configuration. Alright, so we got this contract finished up, and we should be able to go to our contract screen. And cultivating, you see it's $12,431. It actually got 2 numbers, $12,431 and then $10,472. So I don't know which is which. But we'll go ahead and collect. And it says we got $10,276 from that contract. And we use the contract equipment, so we're done there. Before I go to anything else, let me go ahead and let's go ahead and try to wrap this baling contract up too. I'm using my own equipment here, so just need to bring this baler back to the main farm. That's next on the agenda, and then I need to go grab my bale loading trailer and bring that back, pick up these silage bales, and then take these silage bales to the delivery point. and I'll double check on where that delivery point is here in just a few. But as we're driving through, let me go ahead and check and see where this guy's at. Because I don't want to have a worker sitting idle, because that's costing me money. So and one thing is, when you're using AI workers for your contracts and operating a harvester, always keep in mind that when your harvester is full, the worker's just sitting there, and you'll be in charge for every second when the harvester's sitting there idle and the worker's still hired. So when you have your AI workers hired, you want to make sure that you're keeping a close eye on them, so you don't have a harvester sitting somewhere idle waiting on you to unload, but you're getting charged by literally every second that harvester's sitting there idle. Alright, so we're going up on the main farm. And we're going to go ahead and park Baylor. And let's go grab our bale trailer. Yeah, let's go pick up those silage bales. Alright, and my apologies, it looks like my sinuses are starting to drain a little bit now, so. Alright, so here we are. I just gotta grab these silage bales and take them scheduled delivery point. Alright, set the bell loader to operating position, and this is all a load baler. So I'm going to describe all of my bells here that we created. I should have that bell. This is a very small field, and I have my bell set to a medium size bell setting. So it just shows through. I'm not sure. I'm not missing anything here. One more time. So I don't have one hiding the bushes or anything along the edges of the field. Definitely have done that before in the past. Alright, so we're good there. Set the baler to transporting position. Since I'm working multiple contracts, I do need to double check the map here and make sure I have the correct delivery point lined up. Let's see here. It's probably should be going to the biogas plant, and they are. So before I take off, let me double check on my worker, and he's definitely checked out. So let's go deal with that first. Touch up on a few spots he's missed over in this area. Just a couple of spots here. Alright, and let's look at the overall heads-up display. Alright, so we need to come back over here. Orient it that way. I think that's it. Let's see, so we're gonna head back this way. Alright, see straight ahead where we need to be going. And I don't know why the AI worker left that gap between these two areas, but we'll clean that up first. And we'll do this portion manually, and then we'll see if we can set the AI worker back going for a little while we work on delivering those bills and finishing up that billing contract. And once we're finished with that, we'll take a look at the board and see what's up. If there's some other things we might be able to work. And once I get those going, then we'll get back to addressing the flying situation on the fields on our main farm. And we're going to need to plow every field that we own with a regular plow before we start using no-till plows and planters and so on and so forth. And again, the first time you do any fields that you own, if you're playing with precision farming, you want to plow them with a regular plow first to basically reset the field, because that's the only way you're going to be able to get rid of stones on your fields if you're playing with precision farming. I've tested this, I've played with it before. You will not be able to remove your stones from your fields without first plowing that field again. And this is for fields that are basically your base game fields, whether you're using a base game map or a modded map. Fields that you own at the start of the game. When you come in as a human owner, you basically have to reset, what I call reset the field, before you can remove stones from that field. Alright, so I probably will just go ahead and see if I can manually turn this into a shape of something that the AI worker can work with a little more better. So let me just go straight here. But still will not be straight coming through, will it? And we'll go ahead and turn him on. Just see what he does. That's still gonna, there's still a lot of field here, a lot of crop that has to be harvested. We will be doing a few more unloads before we get all that knocked out. It's a huge area. Am I even going in the right direction? I am not. Back this way. And this field is so huge. Alright, so the AI worker did kind of pick it up and turn around for the most part. He did a pretty clean job of it. He just chose to go work from left to right instead of right to left, so it's still okay. Alright, so while he's got that going, we can make a run with the bill contract situation here. So let's go to our contracts, go to billing. That's right, we did say it's to the biogas plant, so definitely make make a push to the biogas plant here to drop these guys off while he's making his way, while the workers making their way through the soybean field. And with all the stuff we're doing tonight, it looks like the numbers are not even moving that much. We're still sitting right around $400,000 on our balance. We're still sitting at $413,000 to be exact. We still got quite a ways to go before we hit the million or above mark. So our next stop is the biogas plant. And aside from some of the fields on this map being massive, this map is a pretty large map. Just a little bit of a drive before I get to the biogas facility. We're heading that way, I might as well. I'm getting my screenshot for the night, so I'm going to turn off the help window here because I kind of know what I'm doing here. I need to see the visual reminders of what the controls are. But I'm definitely going to need it back up here when I do some of these bale loading and unloading operations here. Just wanted to pop in here because I think this is where I want to do my tonight's screenshot at. So let me get this tractor to be kind of center of the shot and just zoom in a little bit there, and then get my camera angle ready. There we go. That's what I want. Alright, got it that time. Alright, now I have to turn the help windows back on because I gotta. Controls can be a little tricky here with these automatic bale loaders. Turn this thing around and come this way. Alright, so we want to unload our bales. There. Unload bales here. Alright, and that's that. They're being sold. Boom. We got $14,832 for sold bills. The contract on 37 is finished, and if we go to the contract screen now, the billing contract on 37, that's another that says $8,511. We hit collect, and we get $8,511. So we're up to $437,103. Awesome. And we can go ahead and take our equipment back to our main farm. It looks like the baler and my tractor here need a little maintenance and tender loving care, and the tractor could use a little refuel as well. So I definitely want to do those two things. And while we're driving, let me peek on that. Yep, and that's what I was afraid of. And wasted time and money while the work is sitting there idle. So let me get my trailer over to the worker. Payout on this contract here is going to be massive once we finish this contract, but it's just taking a lot of time to get to that point because this is over what, a $55,000 pay contract, and that's not even counting over and above the additional payout I get for the crops that I harvest in excess of what is required to fulfill the contract. But then at least I get $55,000 for that completing this contract. All right, so he's all clear, and we can get back to what we're doing here now on our tractor and bale trailer. And again, just bringing everything back to the main farm. Probably want to check maintenance on everything I own right now. Yeah. Alright, so let's get our tractor's review first. And then perform our equipment maintenance. Alright, repair and repair. Again, not worry about the cosmetic painting stuff right now. Some of these vehicles are at full maintenance again. bale trailer there. While I'm coming through, I'm just gonna run through maintenance on everything I own right now. But at least everything I own that I've been using. It should be everything, really. So some equipment I haven't used that I own yet. Well, except for maybe the TMR mixer over there by the cow barn. Let's bring that in. This is my cultivator, and I've used that a little bit to some of the contract work that I've been doing. So it's probably needed some maintenance, and it is. Repair it. Alright, I haven't used any of my planters yet, so they should be all in good shape. Well, we have logged significant hours with the mowers and with the baler. So let's grab our mower first. I haven't used the cheddar any yet, so any maintenance concerns with it. Alright, let's come so down around here. Hop out and let's go in the shop. And a mechanic doing this thing. Go back in. Drop that piece off. I just realized here as I'm looking over everything that I do have on the farm here, I have a separate lime/fertilizer spreader, even though both pieces of equipment I have for seeding and planting do also fertilize. I'm still going to need a separate lime spreader / fertilizer spreader at some point too. So just have to make a mental note of that. Okay. It's not picking it up right. Do you see me now? Alright, repair. And stuff wind roar. And then next would be the baler. And as you see, I struggle mightily with backing up, even when I don't have a pin hitch vehicle behind me. Alright. Repair, quick build. It's actually has less maintenance needs than I thought. Okay. Considering how much use I've got out of it already. That's pretty much it up here. I think I already did the maintenance on the harvester. I have not done maintenance on the I have done maintenance on the harvester and on the corn header slash sunflower corn slash sunflower header. I have not done maintenance on the grain header. You don't think we've done maintenance on either of these pieces of equipment yet. Let's bring them all around. They don't look like they're in demand for that much maintenance, but let's see what we got here. Repair $40, repair $172. Just a little bit of maintenance, and we'll top off fuel on the tractor. On this, not that terribly low on this one. Alright, and check maintenance on Case IH Maxim. Alright, repair $426. The only other thing we want to check out is this header, and I think that'll be everything. this other worker. He is. I don't know if it said he had a full tank or close near full tank. In other case, I'll check on here in just a moment, momentarily. This header going around. Should be good right there. Alright, and let's take a peek. Let's see what we got. Pair $66. The header trailer is good to go. So that's it. And one of the things I may want to take into consideration, for reference, if I want to swap out this base game header for the fast farming version of this base game header. It's not necessary right now, but I definitely will probably look at the grabbing the fast farming versions of these headers in the future, and we'll get more into that when the time comes in this series. But also, there are some things I want to address while we're here as well. This little jump pile that you see here in the background here, we're going to go ahead and get rid of that right now. It's decorations that I don't really care for, so we're going to go ahead and clean that up and sell that now. Let's see, where is that? Sell. We don't get any money for it. It's a unnecessary farm decoration. Same thing with this little shed. It doesn't do anything. But we can get $372 off of that. We're going to go ahead and sell that. Alright, we're going to park the little guy here. And then let's milk around and see what our worker's doing. Oh, he actually conked out again, huh? Alright, that's all good. We'll take manual control here momentarily. And clean up some of the missed bits that he left out here. And let's take a look at our heads up display. Let's see what we got going on. We missed quite a few bits, so we need to clean up all of them. So, and a few pieces here in front of me. Little big chunk over here. Alright, now we ought to be lined up to where we can set him up for one more pass to just about get this whole thing finished up. We're super close to getting it finished up. Quite 100% yet. Checking our time. I don't think we'll finish this one up tonight, at least while we're on the live. We will get it. Oops. We will get it finished up, though, but it looks like it's going to happen off camera instead of on camera. We'll see. We're very close. All right. That's all we got left on that field, and then we'll have that. So let's go back and take a look at our contracts again. So all we have left up is a few harvesting contracts, and we got one on field 21, 25, and 11. The 11 obviously $1,360 for cotton harvesting. That's not worth my time. Then we got a $2,000 one for harvesting soybeans. That's also probably not worth my time. The $7,000 one on field 25. Let's take a look at field 25 and see where that's at. That would be, let's see, 24, 26, 23, 27. Where's 25 hiding at? That's 30 and 22. I don't see where 25 is set. Alright, that's 33. These field configurations are most interesting. Okay, it's up here. Okay, that's not a bad spot there. So maybe we'll pick that one up. And for that one, I think we'll actually use the equipment. Let's see what equipment they have for that one. The John Deere set up with a class. Excuse me. With a class trailer. Yeah, we'll use all the contract equipment for that one. Just to give our farm equipment a little bit of a break. Excuse me. And I'm going to be working contracts in between episodes. Looks like we're going to end up doing a lot of this off camera again between episodes. I definitely can, as I indicated, I'll get you up to speed on where we're at when we come in. So you know where we're at, where we're trying to go, and you'll see some of what's going on based on what the starting account balance is when you're first coming into the episode. Alright, let's see if we can put that on there. Alright, so we got the harvester and harvester trailer set up there. And we're going to take this equipment to field 25. It's a straight shot up this way. So field right up top. And we get close to the end of tonight's episode. And as we come up on the final 15, say, like, hopefully I get this in every episode a series, but if I don't, this is always my intention to. But I have this saying, if you're not having fun doing what you do, what are you doing? I always have to get that in there before we get off the air. Also, got to give my regular spiel about my making sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you love. Let me know what you don't. But either way, just let me know. The only way I can get better and get content on this channel that you want to see, let me know. These episodes of this live stream series will be uploaded to my YouTube channel most of the time in their entirety without too many cuts, but most of the time uncut. Where am I at? And the same thing still applies there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm Bose31 Gaming on most of the major social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, so on and so forth. Alright, let's get this set up. Well, the same thing still applies if you're checking out my content on any of those other mediums. Alright. Alright, I'm going to send the AI worker on this field starting out. And that's soybeans. Alright. And go ahead and get my trailer in position. We're doing my deliveries. I usually don't like to do multiple contracts where the contracts all have the same delivery point, even if they're different crops, because I found in my experience, experience on multiple playthroughs, that sometimes leads to different problems with your contracts. But I'm kind of taking a risk with this one, but we're going to see how it plays out. Hopefully I won't run into those issues this time. Any issues this time. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring my trailer up over here to this field. What field is that anyway? Let's say field 25. Have it in place and ready too. And as you can see, I'm keeping my little gator over here by the Alma, Missouri sign for right now. I was gonna sell the gator because there's not really a whole lot of uses I have for it per se, but it does have a little bit of a delivery capacity, and it can haul a small amount of crop. So I'm gonna hold it for a little bit here because it may be of use if I do decide to do the horses. Alright, so alright, and the sunflower worker is at a standstill, and while I was yapping, I could have been unloading. We're gonna rectify that right now. All right, so definitely not gonna finish this one before the episode ends, it looks like. Would have liked to have had this one wrapped up before we got off the air tonight, but we're gonna get there. Alright, and one thing I do want to check out is I have a theory. If I wonder if this game will let me grab a straw from this contract. So I'm gonna check that out real quick. This is all just me testing a theory or hunch I got right now. So I'm gonna drive my baler out here and we're gonna test that out. It'll let me bail those straw swaths. And it's going to take me a little bit of time to drive out there. I don't know if I'm going to get there within the few minutes we have left in tonight's episode. Thank everyone for tuning in tonight. I appreciate your support. I hope you continue to tune in and support me in this channel. Hopefully we can get bigger and better and do some bigger and better things. And once again, this is Bose 831 Gaming. Twitch live stream Farming Simulator 22 Premium Edition, Alma, Missouri map. And man, this map is beautiful, beautiful. This really feels like a little piece of America here. Small town America. But again, I'm just rolling this this bale out here to this contract field 25 to see if it'll let me bale straw swath is being left behind by the contracted harvester. And again, this, I don't think I've ever tested this before. I'm just going to test it right now real quick to see if there's anything, if I am able to pick up that straw. Alright, let's see what it tells me. It says I don't have access to this land. Alright. So that was a little bit of a waste of time. If I had known that going in. Turn off Beller, Fogle Beller. Oh. Add that to the Rolodex for future reference. Alright, and that's probably where we're going to end it tonight. Coming up on checking the contracts real quick before we sign off tonight. I'm going to... Looks like that's the only contract we're going to work based on what's appearing on the contract screen today, but that may change in between episodes because again I am going to continue to work these contracts and play on this map a little bit off camera, and like I said, I get you up to speed when we come into the series on the next episode and let you know where I'm at when we come in. Things look a little different or drastically different when we're coming in. But definitely gonna keep this thing moving, man. It's a lot of stuff to do. It's happening in this series, and I got a lot of ideas on where I want to go and what I want to do. Just stay tuned. We're gonna have some fun, folks. Let's get started. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Thank you for the support. This is Bose 831 Gaming, Twitch live stream series Farming Simulator 22, Alma, Missouri, and I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone.